I first met Brian because he used to go into his father's shop for records. And Brian had a little stand in the corner. And we would ask him for records from America because we were into rhythm and blues. And Brian would say, why are you getting these records? You know, Cliff Richards and all you, Adam Faith. We said, no, we like the guys, but we don't like their music. We want rhythm and blues. Fats Domino, Ray Charles, Jerry Lee Lewis, Little Richard. Oh, and he would get them. And that's how we met Brian, through buying records. And then we came back from Hamburg and the Beatles had been there and they had just come back. And I went down the cavern, excuse me, and Brian was there. And he said, hello, Jerry. I said, hello, Brian. What are you doing here? He said, well, I think I found my forte. I want to be involved in this music. I said, good lad. He said, now, Jerry, I've just signed the Beatles. I said, hang on, you've signed the Beatles, you're a record seller signing the Beatles. He said, I think I can get them a record deal. I said, really? He said, yes, and I'd like to sign you. I said, yes, please, God. Please, Jesus, sign me anything to get a record. And he got us the record deal as the same as he got the Beatles. And that's how I first met Brian, or as a manager. And then we just became dear friends. Brian was a lovely, lovely guy, very straight in business, polite, dressed immaculate. Just a very, very nice person. And I miss Brian today even, because he always used to say to me, one day, Jerry, you will be in the West End of London, because that's what you've got. And sadly, when I did go into the West End, Brian was dead. So I hoped he watched me from the Jewish heaven. But love the guy. The beauty about Brian was he was so charming. We did a show for Princess Margaret. And after the show, you line up and she says hello. And when she got down to Brian, she curtsied to Brian. I mean, get it, Brian. That's cool. That's how impressive Brian was. You know. Everybody would respect him because of his style and his charm. He didn't slag anybody. If he did, it was in private. He'd get you on your own and say, I don't like what so-and-so is doing, Jerry, and all that bit. He would never slag you off. And that was the gentleman in Brian Epstein. Lovely man. I've never been here before, and it's tremendous. I think Patrick's doing a brilliant job. I just said to him that he hasn't got enough of me in here. It's all the Beatles and that. No, but it's great. I think he's doing a tremendous job, and it's about time these things occurred in and around Liverpool. But sadly, the money does help. And in the early days, we didn't have the money. You know. Brian did, but I don't think he wants to run of these. But I think it's a great place. I really do. And I've been around a little bit. I'm going to go around a lot more and have a look what it's like. And see the statue of Brian, which will be very good. I think it's good. People tended to forget how much Brian meant to the Liverpool music scene. Because with him working in records, he knew what a hit would be. And he'd come down and say, Jerry, that one's good that you've written, that one's good, that one's no good. And he would tell you. I'll never forget the day he came to me with a record by Cilla Black. And it was Anyone Who Had a Heart. And I said, she can't sing that, Brian. He said, she can, and he played it. And he said, that'll be a massive hit. And it was. He just had that thing in his head about records that would go well and records that wouldn't matter. And he loved music, of course. He wanted to be an actor. He was in Radar and all that, but he never quite made it. But he loved the whole scene of popularity. At one stage, Brian, in the States, had more handouts of himself than the Beatles had. And he was signing them all. Brilliant, brilliant man. Yes, it does. Yeah, I mean, I enjoyed those days. I enjoyed the days before we made records. And I enjoyed them still today. You know, we still tour the States and Australia and Canada and America, all of them. And I still enjoy touring. And it's nice seeing the memories as they used to be. Because most of the stuff I had, when I moved houses, they disappeared. I don't know who took them, but I certainly didn't. But they disappeared. So you forget lots, then you see them here and you think, oh yeah, I remember that one. And which is nice. And meeting some of the old boys here from the other groups, which is fantastic. Yes, it is. Of everybody. it's a collection for me, looking at it. So, I mean, it's the first time I've been here, of the Liverpool sound, the Liverpool musicians. I mean, before Brian came on the scene, there was like 100 bands in Liverpool, playing all the clubs, doing all the gear. It's very impressive. And in fact, I'm going to come again when I finish this and get off. I'm in the middle of a tour, finish my tour. I'm going to come and see Patrick and have a little look around with my child bride and say, do you remember when I was pretty? She goes, God, did I marry that? Close that door.
Fantastic. Thank you so much,
Thank
mate.
you. Okay,
Welcome, Mr. Marsden.
Patrick, nice to be here.
Thank you for being
Nice to be in a lovely place.
So thank you for giving us your patronage on the project.
It's not a problem at all. I just can't wait to get a cup of tea.
Come on inside, we'll give you a
Cup of tea, bit of toast,
You will.
and a bit of red wine.
This is Mr. Lord Mayor Jerry.
How are you, sir?
Pleased to see
Nice
you.
to see you, my
Thank you
dear.
for coming. Are you all right?
Pleasure to mine. Yes,
Good,
thank you.
good.
Yeah. Very well
So we've
indeed.
now got some class now. Come and see the hotel. It's money.
Patrick, down this way. That's lovely. And just in here, gentlemen, please. Little Lord Mayor wants one for...
When was that one out, Jerry?
That's got to be now 1963. That photograph there. And that's
What month was your first number one?
March. How'd you do it? 63.
March 63.
Yeah. Tell me that I like it. And then Walk Alone was now November. Walk Alone. In
So you
fact,
reckon
when it
that's
was
around the
number
first
one,
one?
when it was number one, it's when Kennedy got shot.
November 63.
That's when we were number one, Walk Alone.
That was Walk Alone.
Yeah. But a handsome devil. My God. My wife was lucky. We used to all their cameras.
Thank you.
Well looked.
Hey,
No picking noses.
thank you very much. You're a gent.
Thank
You
you.
pick your husband not to know this.
Thank you very much.
He's worried because I'm going through his pockets.
Nice one. That got me going.